Yes. Cheers! You've seen us in the study, you've seen us at home in the living room. Welcome to the Coalition Performance Dining Room. Now, home training is with us for a few weeks yet, and kit is still crazy overvalued if you can even get hold of it. However, the one bit of kit that people do seem to be able to get hold of at the minute is resistance bands.
So what we've decided to do is to give you an idea of how you can use these, is to put together 4 different exercises that you can use your resistance bands with without having to attach them to anything or anything like that, so you can practically make use of them and start to progress your training forward even more. A Bulgarian squat is one of our favourite exercises anyhow, but when you mastered it at body weight and you've been doing it explosively, adding in the resistance band by supporting it just under the foot adds a surprising amount of extra resistance, which again can allow you to progress that exercise further. Make sure you keep continuing to make progress.
Cool, the next one, single arm banded row. So pulling exercises, things where you're pulling backwards, are really hard to achieve at home. Squats and press ups are easy, this is where the band will really come into its own. So you're going to make sure as you pull, your back's nice and straight with a tight core, and you're going to close your shoulder blade into the middle of your body. You're going to retract that shoulder blade, so we're making sure we're working the right muscles and the ones that probably haven't been worked while you've been sat over your computer. If you need to make it harder, you can have a little bit of a hold at the top when your shoulder blade's most retracted, because that's where we're really challenging those muscles that we want to be training.
So moving on, back to the lower body, what we can do is what we call a banded Romanian deadlift, or RDL. Now we can do this in a normal bilateral way where we're using both the legs level, or if we wanted to make it more difficult, we could do it via a single leg version. Again, it allows us to be able to activate and strengthen some of the key muscles that typically get weak, particularly down the backs of our legs and our hips, through our gluteals and our hamstrings, and it can be altered quite easily by those 2 ways to suit your ability and your level of strength.
So the final one, back to the old classic, the press up. So some of you, I dare say, who have absolutely mastered this over the last 12 months. And as we know, we need to keep you pushing forward, so you're going to get stronger, continue to see the benefits and enjoy your training still, not getting bored. So a banded press up is a fantastic way to do that. Band of the hands back across the shoulders, and it's going to give you a load of tension at the top of the movement, which brilliantly is typically where you're strongest, where your pec fibers, your pectoral fibers are at their strongest point. So by challenging you there, both at the top, on the way back up and the way back down, we're going to make you work much harder in your press up rather than just adding reps and reps and reps, which gets insanely boring.
So if you're wanting some further ideas and ways to continue to make progress with your home training, or even know the best place to make a start, particularly when you haven't got equipment available, when it's not easily available, feel free to contact us. Again, we're doing our personal remote coaching where we're supporting lots of people just like you to make sure they can make best use of their home training in a practical, highly effective way.
Cheers.
Cheers! Cheers!